Welcome everyone to another great session of Ecosystem Engage. Today I'm joined by the man of the season, Sopnendu Mohanty, the Chief FinTech Officer at the Monetary Authority of Singapore. Welcome, Sopnendu.
Good to catch with you, Amit.
No, thank you. Sopnendu, for me, this time of the year kind of feels like SFF season. And before we talk of the festival, I know that's what we're going to cover today because there's a lot of people every year waiting eagerly to know what's in store. The one question I think, Sopnendu, I have, and I'm sure a lot of other people have, is you have a very full-on job managing regulation and innovation for the Singapore financial services ecosystem. What gives you the energy and the drive year after year to continue growing the Singapore FinTech Festival?
Well, one of the things I would always consider what really drives me is that this unique opportunity, and not only myself, for the people in the ecosystem in Singapore, yourself, and many of the entrepreneurs in the Singapore ecosystem, we have this unique opportunity to create something new. And that doesn't come quite often in our lifetime because either you are enhancing something, you are building on something already created, but FinTech is something new which was created in 2015. All of us have put our energy in a different way. Some are entrepreneurs, some are part of the ecosystem who work for the industry, policymakers like myself, and there's a wide range of stakeholders, investors, and they all are trying to build something new, create something new, make a real impact to our society. And whatever we do in this space, thankfully, is to solve something meaningful. So with all this positive, very empathy-driven work we do, keeps us going. And I don't think myself particularly having such a high energy, but I also find people around me having similar energy to push forward. And that's why you see a lot of these things are moving at a speed, which many think, where does this come from?
Thank you, Sopnendu. For the benefit of the audience, the Singapore FinTech Festival runs from the 8th to the 12th of November in a hybrid format. It is available online, but also accessible across many cities in physical locations. So Sopnendu, tell us what's new and exciting in store for us this year.
Well, we all are excited to meet physically, and I know it's a bit of a disappointment of many of our participants who really want to get back to the old, I'll say old because 2 years is too long, that they want to come back to Singapore's big, large FinTech festival, 60,000 people, the 5-day festive kind of mood here in Singapore. Yes, we will continue to do the hybrid model like last year. Of course, this year, the hybrid is a little more physical. Right in Singapore, we are bringing in some guests from overseas, and we'll have very invite-only exclusive half a day sessions where they can participate and network with different members of the festival speakers. But predominantly, it's still an online experience. We do have made a lot of changes. Last year, I must admit, the experience was not up to the mark. We made a significant change so that the experience in online is far richer and far better this time. So hopefully, our audience will like it better, even if it is online still, primarily. But we're also looking forward next year, and I think the way things are going, we should be back with that big crowd Singapore festival, which is what all of us are looking forward to. So that's the one piece of from a festival format perspective. Now on the content side, we made a dramatic shift this year because I was wondering that all of us go to these events, we watch this online content. And I must admit that some of the content don't stay with us for long. So how do we change this format so that it becomes a little more than just watching good content about topics we care? How about converting them to almost like a knowledge platform where you are actually hearing something and acquiring new knowledge. And so that led to this new design of creating what we call a knowledge certification program. And if you look carefully this time to the Singapore FinTech Festival content, the 3 days content is almost designed like a classroom. The first half of each of the day, we talked about foundational, fundamental topics of Web 3.0, which is the big theme this time. And I'll come to the theme shortly. And this middle of the day, we talk about deep dive. And towards the end, we talk about the big mega trend. And every day talks about different aspects of the same theme. The first day, we talk about the application of Web 3.0 in financial services. And the day 2, we talk about how to build applications on Web 3.0. Day 3, we speak about what are the social impact, what are the green and sustainability impact, inclusion impact of having Web 3.0 as the architecture behind financial services. So every day you get to know different aspect of the theme of the year, and then convert that to some assignments and multiple choice questions. And if you answer 60% of that correctly, we give you a certificate on blockchain issued by National University of Singapore Asian Institute of Digital Finance. We made it very affordable so that everybody can participate. Now, the big macro picture behind this is that we want to truly democratize world-class knowledge to everybody. And at that price point, we ensured that it is affordable to every country, wherever they're trying to be part of this journey with us. And think about it, like we have 100+ experts talking about a foundational technology which will design and shape our future for next 10-20 years. And we want all of us to be educated about the basics of Web 3.0, so that we are thoughtful, we are purposeful, we are far more aware of what it takes to build that future on this new exciting tech stack called Web 3.0. And that's the big theme of 2021. And I hope by this process of designing a 3-day session using a structured program, on top a certificate for you to obtain from a very reputed university, gives a complete comprehensive experience while you are dealing with this and on an online format.
That's fantastic, Sopnendu. It's great to see how you've turned this exceptional engagement platform into a true knowledge platform that the broader ecosystem can benefit from. Now, on a separate note, I know that the MAS has been putting a lot of focus on supporting SMEs. So specifically to SFF, what do you have in store for SMEs this year?
Amit, look, last 2 years, as pandemic came to affect all of us, and we all know the businesses, the small businesses were greatly affected by pandemic. And FinTech does play a role to address some of the challenges businesses have today, especially digitizing them so that they can do a lot of their activity remotely. A lot of the processes also can be done remotely, from logistics to operations to sales process. So we put a lot of effort through FinTech lens on how to help SMEs to digitize faster and hence be part of a digital economy which can leapfrog the physical challenges of a pandemic affected economy. So what we've done this year, we have dedicated 1 day after the 3-day SFF called SME Day, where we will bring together 8 truly curated in a very, very structured way with a very thoughtful review of the content, with 4 master classes teaching SMEs how to digitize, very basics, how to digitize faster, what are the considerations you must have while you're digitizing your businesses, and 4 business models for us to share. We're talking about China model. China has been a leading example of how to digitize SMEs faster, better, and efficiently. The India model, India has own Aadhaar and the payment system innovation and how small businesses are taking advantage of it. We also about the African model, how they are leapfrogging in getting to the digital platform, and also how do the businesses tap into the new green finance. So the 4 things we're discussing. So 4 masterclass, how to digitize faster, better, and 4 big business topics about how to adopt digital transformation. And we took this 4 use case. Together is the SME Day. On top of that, we also created a certificate program also for SMEs in partnership with Global FinTech Institute and Singapore University of Social Sciences. So SMEs not only participate in this discussion masterclass, they also get a certificate to earn, which they can put in their shop so that they have something to take out with a lot of pride that they do understand what it takes to be a digital SME. So that's the special event for at the SFF this year, and we call it the SME Day.
It's great to see, Sopnendu, year after year, that inclusion is at the core of your strategy. Now, in terms of speakers this year, who can we expect to hear from at SFF 2021?
Well, this question, every time I have to keep up to this name list. And I keep on repeating to people, Singapore is not about creating heroes and making heroes be worshipped further. Our job is to identify the future. Our job is to identify top talents who can be the future heroes. But as usual, list is always exciting. We have given the I would say the nature of our program and our reach, we do believe that every time when you bring top speakers, they do represent a wide range of stakeholders. We have a very good representation of the bank CEOs. We have SCB and we have Aberdeen CEOs joining us. We have good number of CEOs representing the networks, the Visa, the MasterCard. We have FinTech founders, CEOs, unicorn FinTech founders joining us. We have investors, top-notch investor, Ben Horowitz as an example joining us this year. And we're looking forward to his insights on what it takes to build a world-class startup or a firm. We also have our standard regular central bank governors who from Kenya to Indonesia and others. We also have some surprise authors this time. We are bringing to a couple of authors who will release their books during that festival. And these are really going to be very exciting books to look forward to. I will be shortly announcing in hopefully next week what this author is going to come to our festival to release book and talk about it. And of course, always there's some surprise package which we'll be announcing a couple of weeks before the festival, and we keep it under the wrap for the last moment of delight. So I'm quite happy with the list this time. But I also understand because we are tackling a new topic, Web 3.0, and which has a very short vintage. So you may not know the names per se because this is a very new area. But what you'll see this time, the names will bring to the festival. They should be in your watch list, and you should watch them how they go forward. Of course, we have Cisco CEO also this time joining us from the traditional large tech companies. But do watch out for some of the speakers who are going to be the most influential speaker in the next 10 years.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And look, I think more important than the names, I think it is the quality in what they bring. I think every year you do bring people who are actually, at the forefront of reshaping the world. So these are people who will be known by the future generations, not just us.
So yeah, it's a mix of everybody. So you will not be short of names to look out for. And I strongly encourage all the viewers to do join us this time. It will be also exciting, meaningful, and purposeful.
I love the Web 3.0 theme. I truly believe that the digital economy can really help us create a much better world for future generations. So thank you, Sopnendu and SFF, for actually really helping us reshape our thinking towards a better future.
Thanks for joining us, being a big part of our program and being a big supporter of the program. And we hope we continue that journey together.
So thank you, everyone, for joining us for this session. I was in conversation with Sopnendu Mohanty, the Chief FinTech Officer for the MAS, and also the man behind the Singapore FinTech Festival. It's an exceptional platform one of its kind that brings global leaders together, runs from November 8th to the 12th. And if you want to know the details to register for the sessions, as well as the knowledge certification, we will share the URL in this video. So once again, thank you, Sopnendu. Thank you, everyone. Stay well, stay safe, and see you at the Singapore FinTech Festival.